Hello. A while ago, I was looking through the protocol for Minecraft 1.8.9 on wiki.vg, and it's this website that shows all of the data that can be sent between the client and server on Minecraft. And one of the packets I found interesting is this changed game state, which is a bit innocuous at first look. Like it controls the rain, so you can start the rain, end the rain. But there's this thing here, this fade value. The current darkness value, 1 is dark, 0 is bright. Setting the value higher causes the game to change color and freeze. To change color. So when I saw that, I had to try it. And just now I made this plugin that allows me to send this packet outside of Hypixel. And here it is, here's how it works. If I do game state 2 and 0, it starts raining. And if I set the fade to 0.2, you see it rains lighter. And then if I do 0.5, it rains mid, and 1.0 is vanilla raining. And here's the key thing, vanilla expects 0 through 1, but this packet accepts a float, so you can send whatever you want. That's what it means. If you send more, it actually changes the shading of the skybox. So the sky can become darker and darker, even impacting the light levels of the world. And if you go all the way through, it becomes yellow. And if you go too high, it's peak yellow and lagging, because this rain, when it falls down, actually spawns particles. I'm too far for them to spawn. It's wholly client side, but there's so many of them at 50 that it lags the client. But now there's this nice trick, is if you go in a biome, right now I'm in the plains and I go in a savanna. Savanna is this type of desert. It doesn't have rain. So if I set it to 50 here, it's still a little bit laggy, but playable. And then when I set it to 5, it's like not laggy at all. But recently I've been working on the Rift update for Hypixel Skyblock, which then I got to touch the end environment. So there's these environments in Minecraft. So there's only 3 in 1.8. There's the overworld, the nether, and the end. And what I'm about to show is not going to impress anybody who's worked with data packs in the latest versions, because you can just set your own biomes and define your own fog values. But this is like vanilla 1.8.9, so it's interesting to me. And basically, the end was released after the nether, and I didn't try it, but it's for sure the same in the end. But in the nether, actually, I think I remember it's always red in the nether. But let's just go to the end and I'll show you. If I go to the end here, yeah, the ender dragon is still alive because I'm not forced and I can't even kill it. But if I set by default, all the end is the end biome. But funny thing, you can actually set the biome to something else, like forest. No, it's biome forest. So now you see right here it says forest, and if I set the rain here, game state 2 and 0, it just starts raining. So there's that. But then to make it interesting, if I set it to biome desert, like the game state doesn't work, but I saw this fade time, and by some miracle I found that if you set the fade time different, you get a different result. So if I set this fade time to 10 in a and then set the rain to 2, it changes the fog color as well. So you can have this aqua end. So I made these shorthand commands. There's fog and deep fog. They both do the same thing. They send start rain and then set the fog timer, one of them to 1000 and the other to deep fog is 10. And this timer is funny because it does, like when you send it on the client, it just doesn't change. It stays at 1000. And finally, there's this, it says the value that is parsed in the argument. So if I do fog and then 0.5, it's sort of white. 1 is also, yeah, it's white. But there's 4 colors you can do. There's actually pink, deep blue, and aqua. And what's funny is too, is if it doesn't end here, if you do blindness, I made this command blindness. If I set blindness for 2 seconds, it's deep black, and at the end of blindness, you can see it has this effect that's full screen with it's colored aqua. If I set the fog color to deep blue, this blindness end is going to be deep blue, and you can just spam it too. So yeah, then there's more. There's more. If you set night vision on, I have night vision, you have access to more colors. If you do, there's back to aqua 0.5, but if you do 2.5, you can get yellow, and then you can get red with 4. This is a red shaded end. And then it becomes even weirder. If you go, if I reset it, and I go back to the overworld, and I step into this savanna, there's this other thing, is that the time of day impacts the shading. So if I set the fog to 2, and then if I change the time, the shading also changes. But when playing around, I noticed that if I set it to 1000, and then I set a night vision, I can have a full filter screen of blue, and fog 3.0, time set 1000, fog set 3.5. There was a way to like just deep fry your game completely. Yeah, another funny thing about night vision is that just like the blindness has a special effect at the end, the night vision also has this like sin wave flashing in and out. So if I do disable night vision but do NV tick, that's gonna set the night vision, like this is only the client, this is not the server. Flashing this fog, fog 2, and then you can just kind of, I don't know, play around with it. NV tick. Yeah, like this is the most cracked I found, is it will only light, if I just set night vision, in certain time of the day, you can just get blue trees because the shadows, only the shadows are shaded. This is deep fried Minecraft. Anyway, I've put the code on GitHub. Have fun. Bye-bye.